last speaker. This is sort of a continuation of the theme, moving from analog to digital. We're here in the hackerspace, but I'm going to talk about virtual spaces, and specifically the largest virtual space we've assembled so far, Galway 3D. Started off as a test case to see how we can use virtual environments to plan and shape the future of our cities and to avoid awful planning outcomes like this one here. And but it's evolved into something more. You might have heard expression of a small work, and like painted, the very same can be held when you go to model it. There's an awful lot of information required to digitise the real world around us. So the raw materials we have are building blocks, an area photography survey carried out in 2007, and from that we were able to extract a digital terrain model and the actual dimensions of the buildings. So we started off with grey blocks, and the next job then was to make it photorealistic. And that involved beating the streets, taking over 15,000 photographs, thousands of hours of processing, and a lot of copy. And what we have then is the challenges. The world is a messy place. There's a lot of cars, trees, people, the bane of our lives, and you want to try and get a nice clean facade. And as well as that, it's also an evolving world. So you think you have a place modelled, and then it goes and changes, like this place on the corner of Ayr Square and William Street. And as you can see, I took this week, the to let sign, it's going to change again. So, and there's loads of examples all over the city. And although it's not as big a challenge now as it used to be, but buildings are popping up as well. So we started off in 2007 with a nice construction site for the Webworks and TK Maxx and several other buildings. And we said, shit, we got to go and actually build this from scratch and from photography, so that's what we did. And it's interesting, if you're in no city, go and photograph it. I found monkeys on Mitch's Castle, gargoyles on St. Nicholas's, and lots of other quirky little things. There's bits of medieval Galway poking out through the modern facade. You can just tear it down and see what the rest of it is. These plaques were actually put up by the medieval tribe of Galway to commemorate important marriages between the tribes. So, what does it look like? Where does it extend? It basically extends from Dangan, the whole NUIG campus, square kilometre of the city centre, down to the docks in between about an hour company and Clara. So that's the extent at the moment. It's never going to be finished. It's always evolving, and there's plenty more to do. This is just a few screenshots from different areas to kind of give you an example. We can take a simple building, it can take a few hours to do. A complex one can take a whole week, like the quad and NUI Galway. So there's a lot of work involved. But the beauty of it is then, once you have that digital data and put it onto a gaming engine, what you essentially have is Galway on an Xbox. You can fly around in real time, go around, fly over the streets, go into Mrs. Jones's window, look out, you never look in. And because we started off as a spatial reference frame, these small numbers you can't really see, kind of shows latitude, longitude, distance of the street at 10 metres. I can click on a building and see its height above ground, height above sea level. So it's a real 3D map in essence. Now, we're not restricted to just visualising the real world. We can go back in time. We can bring back to life things which have actually disappeared. And I have to thank Owen Quigley, who modelled the old Galway jail, which now used to be the site, which is now the cathedral. We can also go forward in time, and I guess this is sort of the essence of why we started it. And this is an entry from David Heffernan, Cairn architect, who entered the Centre Pier competition last year. A lovely building on the idea of the Galway hooker. And because we built it for a gaming engine, what would it look like, if it was in a game? So we just took Grand Theft Auto and we superimposed it on Galway. So this is what it would look like. Of course, there's more serious applications as well, training and simulation, virtual e-learning environments. But one of the things that really excites me is the power of having your own personalised virtual world where you can invite your own friends, kind of like a 3D Facebook, and you control the real estate. Nobody else can tell you what to do. And this is an example. We're not allowed to put 091 labs up on these windows, but hey, I own this building, I can put it up on these windows now, put them on Google Earth, and that's what we're going to do. So that's pretty much a very short tour of Galway 3D. We hope to be able to get it into the populace sometime soon. Thank you for your attention.
like to get away to a better quality of life, to a more enjoyable way of life, to a better pace of life, well then the west of Ireland is a really good place to do that.
The Western Development Commission covers the 7 western counties, going from Donegal, Sligo, Leitrim, Mayo, Roscommon, Galway and Clare, so effectively the rest of the Shannon and Donegal.
I know many people who've relocated from Dublin to the west and nobody has gone back the other way, so I would definitely be very encouraging of people to make that move.
We've got mountains, rivers, lakes, the sea. In terms of outdoor activities, there's so much to do. We've got all the activities that anybody could possibly want to do.
The work environment is there. There are fine industries across the whole broad spectrum of industries. My message to people is look west and you'll be surprised.